It is a new day in Pearson College. The nations of the world are represented by talented young people with a great energy, unifying the world with a simple smile. Palestine is here, Israel is here too. But our war is different. It is a war in which we do not fight against each other, but both fight together as brothers. This is a war against hatred. This is the war against the war.
I knew that I was going to meet a student from Palestine in Pearson. When I came to Pearson, I was exposed to so many new things that I didn't thought about it too much. The first thing that comes to my head when I think about my first meeting with Mujahid is the way that he was looking at me. He had this half angry, half examining look. At the beginning it seems that he wasn't pleased with being next to me, but I was amazed to see that when he was helping me, he was doing it with all his heart. The smile that he had on his face when he was helping me seemed to me as a smile of victory. With the time I understood that he was just like this. He likes helping people, and this is the way that he is expressing it. One thing kept running in my head. Am I going to have the same problems with him as my third year had with a student from Palestine? Is he angry with me? Does he hate me? Does he think that he is better than I? Those questions were bugging me for a long time.
The youth from Palestine and Israel, along with the youth from the whole world, strongly rejects the actions that hurt innocent people and just cause suffering to our families. We do not want to see our mothers crying anymore because of their dead children. We do not want to see our countries devastated. Pearson College shows us that we can be brothers. We have realized that conflicts among nations are illogic, and that the thing that really matters is the fact that everyone is a human being, and we can give love without taking the flag into account.
So for me, the whole concept of Pearson College, literally starting with Lester Pearson, was to bring people together from around the world in order to try to promote peace, harmony, and understanding between peoples so as to avert war and violence. And Lester Pearson himself was honored for averting a major crisis during the Suez Canal, during the Suez Canal crisis in the mid-50s, and in honor of him, he very much wanted to promote understanding between peoples, because he felt if people understood each other and understood deep down inside how much they share, then they would be less likely to be violent towards each other. So at the college, certainly next year in the celebration of the 50th anniversary of the Nobel Peace Prize, and going back to the very original days of the college, we wanted purposely to bring students together from countries that are in conflict or in post-conflict regions of the world, so they can understand this new younger generation, understand each other, so that they are much less likely to be adversaries, but instead to be friends. And I think the specific example, having students from Israel and students from Palestine, have been examples of success for the college, because I think without exception, students who have come from those relatively different backgrounds have at Pearson College put away some of the past and come to respect each other as individuals and as human beings, and to treat each other with dignity and respect. And I think that that's something that is likely, when those two individuals, let's say, each year take on positions of responsibility and power, they will, I think, act much more sensitively, much more thoughtfully about who it is in the other country, let's say, as opposed to some image that is promoted by the press.
cannot take this anymore. Saying everything I've said before. All these words, they make no sense. I find bliss in ignorance. Less I hear, the less you say. You'll find that out anyway. Just like before.
One of the things that I have to do as a student from Israel is to represent my country. Country with a conflict that destroyed more than 1,000 families and even more innocent souls. I came here to tell the conflict from our point of view, but many times I find it too hard to bear. When you come to a place like this, you start to believe that there are still people who are ready to stop and think. What are we doing? We are not creating, we are destroying.
נראה פנטסטי, כמעט חלום. אבל אם רק נאמין, אנחנו האזרחים נראה את החלום הופך למציאות.
At first, when I came here, during the first and the second week, I felt so strongly about my country. I understood that I am here in Pearson College, and I have to represent my country, Palestine. And you can see that my job could be considered the hardest job in the college. I am representing a country which has the most complicated conflict in the world. And I wanted people to understand that conflict. And I wanted to do something for peace in my region. So in the first days when I arrived here, I tried many ways of representing my country. For example, I shot a documentary about Palestine. All the people were shocked, but I thought about it. Would it work if I want to continue focusing on Palestine? And the answer was no. I mean, many people have done a lot of things about Palestine, and many people have done a lot of things about Israel, and it didn't really work. So I realized that the best thing is for Nathan from Israel and me from Palestine to work together. That is if we really want peace.
When you want to make peace, you don't talk to your friends, you talk to your enemies.
So we are now at the the Shisha Club with all of people. Nathan's here.
And this is peace. One day we will do it in Israel and Palestine.
Yeah.
On the border. Really good relationship with Mujahid. When he will be when he will be directed in Hollywood.
In peace, the sons bury their fathers. But in war, fathers bury their sons. There is no way to peace. There is no way to peace. Peace is the way. Peace is the way.
We want to contribute to make true and legitimate peace. We are eager for a time in which the light of happiness shines over our nations again, that injustice and darkness disappear, and the fear of our families turn into hope for our next generations. From Pearson College in Canada, the Palestinians and Israelis hug each other as brothers, and together with the youth from all around the world say, no war, no hatred, no innocent blood anymore. We are the youth from a new world, and our hearts only ask for loving and peace.